How much needed is this week off for you guys?
Well, it's not a week off. We're going to take tomorrow off. We're doing a free clinic for some kids here in the area, and that day is going to be nice. And we did a lighter shooting day yesterday, so we're going to let their bodies get a chance to heal up. You know, a lot of them are still feeling a lot of pain, so it's very, very good timing for us just having one game this week. Absolutely.
With that week off from gameplay, you know, does that allow you to work on specific things that, you know, you feel like the team needs to issue, and maybe what are a couple of those things?
You know, I thought we've done a very, very good job of executing our offense the last two games. Totally night and day difference from the Valpo Butler game, and I hope that that can carry over here as we continue with the next 14 conference games. Actually, today we're going to scrimmage some, so we're just going to warm up and do a few things and treat it more like a game day since we only have one game this week. We thought it'd be a great way to get a lot of people some game experience that's needed and just work out a few of the kinks. And I think for us, the execution is there. We're getting the shots, and now we just got to get the shots to go in the basket.
Cindy, can you elaborate more on that free clinic?
On the free clinic? Sure. We're holding it tomorrow afternoon from 4 to 5 here in Beagley, and it's free and welcome. It's just for girls, and it's 1st through 7th graders, and John Vogel has put up some info on the website. There's a whole article, and we'd love to have some kids out in the community, and it's one of our senior community service projects. All the seniors are required to do community service, and this is Nikita LaFleur's project, and it should be a fun one.
Coach, I know you're just back off the road doing some recruiting. What's the recruiting emphasis right now?
Right now we have 5 scholarships available for next year. We've signed 3 in the fall that we're very happy about, and Melissa, Casey, and Caitlin. We talk to them all the time, and they're actually all 3 having a great senior season, so that's nice to see some scoring. But right now it's a little bit of everything. You know, we've got a lot of big shoes to fill in that senior class, graduating 6 seniors at one time, and we definitely want a little balance too. We don't have any sophomores on the roster, so a few junior college transfers would be really nice to kind of balance out the classes. That's what we're looking for. The best scorers we can find, Jim.
Coach, when you look ahead to Cleveland State on the 17th, you know, what are some things that you're already looking at and know that you're going to have to watch out for when the Vikings come to town?
Yeah, Cleveland State, they're a little limited in their numbers right now. They're playing about 6 girls, but they run a 5-out offense. It's a full motion offense. It's actually the same offense I ran at IUP for the last 3 years. A lot of basket cuts, a lot of backdoor cuts, on-ball screens. It's not as much post play, you know. So for us offensively, I'd like to think they're going to have a difficult time matching up with our post players inside, but on the defensive end, it also creates some problems for us because our posts are going to be out on the perimeter moving their feet like a guard. So we're going to have to work on a few different things this week and make sure we're ready to match up with them.
Is their lack of depth a potential chink in their armor, or is the fact that all 6 of those kids are veterans a strength?
I'm glad you mentioned that second part, Jim. You know, they're all 6 playing some major minutes together right now, and anytime you see that happening, you know, I remember being at West Virginia when Notre Dame won the national title. They were playing 7 girls for the whole conference season, and you just thought to yourself that surely to God they're going to get tired, and they didn't because they were used to doing it, and I'm sure they taper their practices accordingly to make sure that they're ready for the games. You know, I think that it helps in this scenario. I think they're good shooters. They're 2-2 right now in conference. They've hit some big shots in the games that they've won. We know, you know, Valpo tried to zone them, and the zone definitely didn't work. Cleveland was able to shoot out of it, and you know, I think you just got to match up and play just good, solid man-to-man, and throw in a few kinks here and there, a few tricks, but just pretty much match up.
Did you respond to 2 words, Kaylee Klein?
You know, I really would just rather focus on us. You know, I think that we are getting better every game. I think we are executing. I was very, very, very pleased with how well Macy Norty was resetting the offense whenever we got an offensive board the other night. You know, when we're in the paint, we want to go back up with that. If we don't have a good look right away, we want to set it up. And I think, you know, Bernard tracks our offensive possessions during the game, and you know, we were joking with the girls right afterwards. And I said, "Did you guys feel like we were running offense all night long after the Milwaukee game?" And they said, "Yes." They said, "But it was great. They felt together. You know, they felt that very fluid, and that they were using each other well on the screens and setting each other up." And we definitely want to see more of that this weekend.
You feel like everything's finally coming together. Are there still things that are missing that you guys still definitely need to focus on and to execute in games to get those wins?
We got to start scoring more, and I think that our posts are doing a very good job there. I think our guards are doing a fantastic job at getting the post the ball, and I think they're almost looking for the post a little bit too much, you know, and we're getting some turnovers, trying to almost force the ball inside, and I'll take the blame for that. You know, I keep telling them to get it inside, and I think right now we just need some better balanced scoring. You know, we need 2 or 3 guards that can get us in double figures, and then a couple posts that can, and we'll be just fine if we can do that and be up in the 60s or 70s. 70s, and that'd be a perfect day for us right now offensively. But if we keep executing the way we are and we're getting the good shots, then, like I said, we just got to do a good job of putting the ball in the basket. So.
Do you feel
How far has Nikita come since you first saw her?
Night and day, Pete.
Is that right?
Night and day. What do you think?
I agree.
I think Nikita LaFleur, I wish I had her as a freshman. She's a wonderful young lady to coach. She works very, very hard. She's tough as nails. Right now she's experiencing a lot of pain in her Achilles. She just told me today that she's good to go for practice, but I know her pain level's around a 6 or 7, and I told her I'm making the call today without talking to Jeff that you're just not practicing. We've got to get you rested for the weekend, and she's improved so much with the ball. She still drops a few passes here and there with that little splint on her hand, but she is just naturally a rebounder. I mean, she just has a nose to the ball, kind of like a Dennis Rodman on the glass. I mean, she just goes after the ball. She's a coach's treat to have a nice 6'2" strong post player, one we're going to miss a lot next year.
Coach, you talked about last game how you had that 3 games in 8 days stretch. It was tough on the girls. They get this week off.
It was 4 games.
It was four games. I shortchanged you a game, Coach. You come in, you come into a stretch, starting with that Cleveland State game where you're going to have another kind of set of those 3-4 games in that many days. This time around, will the girls do you think they'll react differently, having been through that, and maybe they'll come out of that a little bit better than the last time?
Yeah, I think there's 2 different scenarios, or 2 things that were really different. One is we had to play Toledo on the road going into that Horizon League stretch there of 4 games in 8 days, and this time we're getting to really rest their bodies this week. Like I said, we did a very light day yesterday. No contact was allowed at all. Purely a shooting, scoring day. They had a lot of fun, a lot of energy, and I was actually out recruiting myself, and my assistants did a very good job of running practice for me. Today we're scrimmaging, just kind of keeping it short and sweet and going hard, and tomorrow we're going to take the day off again. So I'm really thinking that their bodies, their minds, everything's going to feel really, really refreshed going into that Thursday, Friday practice. Have a little bit of fun, get back into execution those 2 days, and we'll take Sunday off again next week. So I'm excited about this week and the timing of it. It's coming after a real tough stretch for us.